Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to yet another live stream. Today's not a Q&A session. Today I'm gonna start working on new music and it actually has been quite a while actually. So please spare me if it goes all a little bit rough on logic and stuff. But today I want to show you how I work, what kind of plugins I use, what my workflow is, which program I actually use to make music. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen from now on, and you can check whatever you want. If you have any questions, just drop it down. It's a live thing, so I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So let's go to the share screen. As you can see here, let's see, yeah. As you can see here, I always like to start off with a template, and it's pretty clean and pretty neat. I don't really like to start off with too many channels and too many things because I like to keep things clean and just easy to work with. So as you can see, I have 5 MIDI channels going on. The first one is my kick drum. As you can see, it's already been filled in here just for the four to the floor as usual. And I always push the velocity to the maximum to get the kick to the highest volume actually. So this is how I always start like a project. It's completely clean, only the kick is in there. I have 10 audio channels and 5 MIDI channels. Which one? The first one is a kick channel. So I always start off with looking for a kick actually, and the plugin I use for this is the kick from Nicky. As you can probably see, it definitely looks different than the one that you're probably used to. That's because this has been a beta that I actually got from him, so I'm using this one. I never got the other one. So let's start off with the kick. By the way, just let me know if the sound is okay, because I don't really know if everything works. If you can let me know if the sound works and everything is doing well, that would be great. So I see people checking in already. Robin, Clement, Vishal, Kaplan, Tim. Yeah, no problem, Tim. Good, good, good for you to be here. I hope you can learn something out of it. So, this is actually a plugin I always use to create my kicks. As I already mentioned, it does look a little bit different than the original one, but I like to work with this one. So, let's start off with creating a kick. I always like short kicks, like short bass kicks, because I don't really like the long sub thing that's going on. Sometimes it does, but if you work with bass lines as well, it's just gonna fight with each other. So I see the sound is working. Great, welcome everyone. It actually has been quite a while that I have been working on music, and I just felt like starting again today. And I was thinking like, yeah, why am I not going to do this live so you people can know how I work, what I use, which plugins I use, what my workflow is. And if you feel like having any questions or whatsoever, drop them down. I'm live, so I can check them out and answer them in between. Okay, so as I already mentioned, I start working with a template like this. It's completely clean, and I just start working, start looking for a kick drum. Let me just create a quick kick drum here. I always like just clean kick, you know, like a simple attack and a lovely sub and mid. That's what I always like. So I just created with this plugin something that I quite like, and then I try to continue as fast as possible because I can tune the kick afterwards as well, and I just want to get the creativity out as soon as it's being done. So, okay, now that I have the kick, I'm gonna check if I can find a bass line. I always like it silent. I really like this plugin. It's a lovely thing. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's great. You can tune everything you want. I always like to just work with sound banks. I'm not sure if they're already in here. Like I said, it's been a while, so I have to. No, I have to look for them manually. Let's see. Let's take this one. Or no. Shocking sounds. Let's take this one. Oh, it's not working. It's not working at all. Why is this not working? I recently installed Logic Pro X, by the way, so that's probably the reason why. Oh shit, this is all not working. Great. Let me just take this. Bass sounds. I'm actually still not sure what I want to do today. If I'm going to create like a deep house track or a tech house track or maybe even EDM track. I think I'm going to start off with just creating a deep bass line. Normally I first we're going to have to find one, of course. Let's see. Can you also hear the sounds, by the way, or is it just me that you hear? Let me know in the comments, because I don't know really. Okay, bass line. Okay. I like this. As you can see, I always record things. I try to do this live. I'm not the best piano player out there, but I always like to do things live, because sometimes you just find something that is just coincidence. You know, I just try things, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I do know how to read notes, and I do know how to play piano, but I'm not that best in playing really good. So sometimes I just try things out, like for instance now. Let's just take all these things and put the velocity to the max. I don't like the end. I do like the end part. Like you see here, it's not completely clean, but yeah, I'm just keeping this. I don't make everything like perfect, you know. I like to keep things dirty and stuff, because then the flow normally just gets a little bit better, you know. It's when it's all tight and it's all directly, strictly on the quantized thing. I don't always like it because it's too computer. I like it when there's a human thing into the track. Let's delete this part as well and copy this. Just maybe I can change it afterwards, but for now this is okay. Let's see what tone I am. First start off with sidechain with this thing. This probably also is a plugin that you don't know, because nowadays it's different. It's I think it's called different nowadays. This is the first draw actually. It's also the beta version. What's the new name of this one? Is it just sidechain, or I'm not sure. I always use this one. I like it. It's easy to work with. Props to Nikki, of course, because it's nicely done, you know. Easy to work with. Like you can hear immediately, it's completely sidechaining the bass line. A little bit too much actually. So I'll try to do this a little bit less. I think I'm gonna need to change the kick. I don't like the attack. We play it with a bass. I like this attack. It's more subtle. By the way, guys, like I said, if you have a question along the process, I'm live. So if you want to leave a comment or if you have a question about my progress in this track, just let me know and I'll try to get back to it as soon as possible. But I also want to work on finishing this track, of course. But I'm live, so like I said, just drop it down and I will try to get back to you. Okay, so here's the bass line. And for people who are just checking in, I actually didn't do anything about this. This is just a preset from the Silent. I just gave it a small sidechain on this kick. I always work with a clean template. I don't like to work with that many tracks because it just gets messy. So yeah, I'm having the bass line right now. What I always like to do right now is just work on the hi-hats and stuff, like the beats. So let's go to the beats. So today I actually use different kinds of stuff, like you can see here. Let's go to this one and this one. No, I don't really like to work with loops. What's your opinion on that, guys? Because I like to work with just clean samples. Some people like to work with loops and then just cut out several parts, but I just work. I actually like this one already. Okay, so just one in between, you know, like the up hi-hat. I can already feel this track getting a little bit deeper than normal. It's not like the regular EDM track probably, but we'll see where things head, you know. Like, I don't like to start working on a track with already like an idea where to go. I just start and see where things head. So let's go to a few of the questions. Tone is asking me, what's the sidechain plugin? Yeah, like I already mentioned, it's the plugin from Nicky Romero, but this is the first draw, as in this is the beta version that I got from him personal. I think this one got released under a different name. I'm not sure what the name is, but it's really nice. You should look it up. How do you check if the bass and the kick are in the same key? I don't always do, you know. I just keep on listening. The thing is that a lot of people have those rules, you know, like you need to do this and you need to do that. But I really believe in the fact that you need to listen, as in it's not that important if everything is the same key. As long as it sounds nice, you know, that's the most important thing. So for now, I just didn't have a look at all at what key the kick was in or what key the bass line was in. I'm just going to have a listen, like, okay, how does this sound for now? Maybe I will add it later on in the progress, I don't know. But for now, this is just how I work, just put out all the creativity as soon as possible. Next question is from Nigel. Could you please explain the specifics of harmonic saturation and harmonic distortion? I'm actually not into that right now. Maybe I will get into that afterwards in the process, but right now I'm not actually into that. What's the thing about sidechain? I think you mean the plugin as well. I've already said that, so you can look it back if you want to. Brian is saying the sidechain plugin is from Cable Guy's Volume Shaper, but one of the first. Yeah, actually this is the beta version. So if you like this one, you should get the sidechain plugin from Cable Guys. Let's continue. It's a really easy hi-hat here. Let's go. I always take off the lower frequencies because if there's anything in there, you won't need it normally, because it will only get disturbing all the other frequencies in there. Okay, so I'm going to take this down a little bit at the end of the channel. Let me add, is it already here? No, it's not here. Let me add a reverb here. I really like working with this plugin. Not sure if you already also do as well. This one's really nice as well. I think this is even better. Just check. Yeah, it's way better. It's more fresh. Like you can see, I always build my beats with audio files. I don't like to work with samplers that much. I did at the beginning, but I just like the creativity part of working and just slicing stuff, and I think it's better for me to work with. I'm also gonna need like an open hi-hat. Let's see, claps. No, I'm not gonna look for a clap right now. Maybe I don't even need one. Big drums. Nice samples. I really like drums, especially when they sound real. Lots of stuff. Nothing that I like in here, so. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a clap. Just a simple clap, probably, not that much, just maybe even just the most easiest one on earth. This is sounding really easy already. It's a little bit too loud. Okay, so now that I have all these elements already, like I have the kick, I have the bass line, I have a simple hi-hat and a simple clap, and as you can hear, it's already kind of sounding like a beginning. I can already imagine where this thing is going, you know, like it's gonna be some kind of club track probably, with a lot of building. Okay, so let's, as you can see on the screen, I just copied the bass line, as you can see here. And I'm gonna add a new instrument to it. Maybe the siren, maybe the serum, spire. Oh, let's start with spire. And I'm just gonna have a look at a really nice thing to layer the bass line actually, or I'm not sure if it's gonna be a layer or that it's gonna be like the melody, you know. I'm just going to see where things go from here, but for now I'm just going to look for a different layer that plays the exact same melody as the bass line. To everyone who's just checking in, welcome here. My name is Joey. I've been a DJ and producer for the past 10 years. Nowadays I'm an artist coach, and I try to learn you guys things about making music or things about being a DJ or an artist itself. If you have any questions today regarding the process I'm in right now, I'm just starting a new track from scratch, and I'm not sure where things head or when I will stop or when I will continue. I'm just doing this, and if you feel like asking me anything, just let me know. Giuliano is asking me if you can re-watch this video afterwards. Yes, you can. This will be on my Facebook page afterwards, so you can have a look at whatever time you would like. So let's continue. I'm searching for another layer for my bass line. Like this sounds crap if you can hear. Like I already said, I started working with Logic Pro X just recently. I just recently downloaded it, but not everything is working that well so far. I just need to reinstall a lot of things, so that's probably the reason why a lot of things aren't working right now. Okay, this one's working. This is a nice bass line as well. As you can hear, the sound is overall a little bit too low in octaves, so I'm gonna change this one, transpose to +12, which actually means I'm gonna put it up a complete octave up. Yeah, upwards. Still sounds pretty crap, but hey, let's see if this is high enough. This is browsing through presets. That's the way I like to work. I'm just gonna be, yeah, looking for inspiration into those presets and see where things happen. Bring it down again into the octaves because it's a bit too high. I don't really like this thing, it's a little bit too crispy. Let's go reverb on this one. I'm gonna add a little reverb on this one. Let's see if I get one here. No, that's not the thing I'm looking for right now. I just like it how it is right now, just pretty clean and dry. I always like to use like a pretty dry bass line as well. Sometimes I also add a layer on top of it, which uses a little bit of reverb to give it some air. But with this kind of sounds, I like to keep it really dry because it has more impact, in my opinion, when it's dry. Just add the same sidechain as well. I'm going to turn the overall mix a little bit down. Let's see if I can find another sound. Transposing it up again for the bass line. No, I'm not going to find what I'm looking for in this pack, so let's head over to a new pack, into the leads. This is a little bit too soft. I want to have a thing that's a little bit more, like more up tempo, high energy. I actually like it. I'm gonna take off a little bit of the bass now. Let's start looking for a new instrument to put it on top of this one. Let's go to this one again, to the Spire. I really like the other pack, but it wasn't something that I could use for this layer today, so maybe I can go into this one. Let's see. Let's go into the leads. By the way, is the sound still okay? I'm not sure because I'm using this. Can I show it? Yeah. I'm using this new mic today. And I really want to know if the sound is better than normal. So just let me know if you can hear the music well, if you can hear me well. That would be great here. So yeah, looking for a plug sound, something like that here. Plug. Put this on top of it, just a simple tri chords. Let's record it. And the last one is just 1/2 a note up. So record. No, that's not what I want to record. Let's just redo it. That's what I want. So new recording. So like I already said, I like to record things live, so here on my keyboard, and then just add them later on, so when I have something in my head or when I want to play something on the thing, I just really like it. It's way better than just creating things into the piano roll. In my opinion, some people like to work on another style, but I like to do this. I like the sound, but I want to know if it can... this is a little bit too soft. Sounds too soft. I mean, no, still not the sound. Yes, this is something that I like. This is something I can work with today. So let's just take off the delay from the plugin itself, because as you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse actually, yeah, you can see. Actually, as you can see here, there's a delay built into the plugin. I don't really like the way it sounds, and I like to have control on it on a different plugin, so I always, most of the time, take off the effects in the plugin and add them myself from here on the channel, from here. Because then I can control them when I do automation, and it's easier then to find where the buttons are into the plugins. I think this is easier. So for everyone who's just checking in right now, I see I'm already working on this thing for about half an hour. Welcome. I'm working on a new track today. It's been a while, so spare me if things are not going as smooth as they used to go. I think it's been like a few months / a year that I've been created a full new project on my own. So, and I also recently just installed Logic X. Things aren't working as smooth as I was hoping for, so Sorry for this, but if you have any questions along the process about something that I'm doing or about a plugin that I'm using, just drop it down in the comment section. If you feel like sharing this live stream with a friend of yours who's a producer as well, feel free to share. It would mean the world to me, of course. For now, I'm just going to continue working on this one. I think it's going to be a more deeper track. Like you can hear here, I'm going to put this open. I'm going to like that one when it's going to be building. Yeah, so now I have the elements. As you can see, it's still pretty clean. It's only the kick, one bass line, a layer for the bass line, this one, the block, which probably is going to be the main synth, the lead synth as well in the end, but I'm not sure. But for now, I do think it is, and a simple hi-hat. And if you combine all these things, then it's actually just the beginning of the track. So now I've created like the basics, the base things that you need to create a track. What I always like to do right now is just already start working on some kind of climax or some kind of build-up to see where things could go from there. So let's start doing that right now, actually. I'm going to put this kick section up here. I'm going to take this with it as well. I'm going to create a folder out of this so it's all together at once. Works easier, than just have like 1,000 of those things going somewhere. Now it's all combined nicely in a folder. So this will be the main sound. Let's give it color because I already don't know which one is one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to put this here. Loop it. Yeah, I'm going to put this here as well. So first get back into the plugin. As you can hear, there's a reverb in there as well. Let's kill that as well because I don't like it. It's way easier. Yeah, this is going to be something that I like, probably. Okay, so let's start work on the first build-up so I know where things should go from there. And I always like to know what the end result would be, or especially in some kind of way, so I know it's going to work, yes or no. So let's start working on the build-up from here. As you already heard, I like to open this cutoff thing here. So let's see which button it is. I always do latch. If you put it on latch here and I touch whatever button I touch right now, if I'm going to record, you will see which button it is. So let's start right now. As you can see already, it already signed in something here. That was the button that I touched. Oh, let's go back to the plugin. That was this one. I touched it and this is exactly what I did. So he recorded exactly the steps that I made. Let's just put it back to 0 because I want to do this manually instead of automatically. Just take this one here. And take, where is it? They changed a lot of things in this. It used to be W, but I'm not sure if it still is. No. Oh, yeah. Put this thing here. Let's see if it is here then. I mean, a curve tool, yeah, that's what I needed. As you can hear, it's building up and it's creating energy, and that's what I really like. As you can, this is actually already like how I wanted to end up for the build up. This is the way that I would like to create this track right now. Maybe it will be completely different at the end of this live show, but for now this is gonna work perfectly. Take this out. Yeah, this is something I can work with. As you can see, it's really clean, it's really less is more. I don't like to work with a lot of layers and a lot of stuff. I just like to search for sounds that really fit each other and that are powerful on its own, so that I don't really need to layer things or adjust a lot of things or add a lot of effects. I just like to work with sounds that are just already perfect on their own, and they have all the frequencies that I need as well. So this is actually one of those sounds. I like it when it's closed like this. I like it when it's closed like this, but I also really like it when it sounds, when it's turned up open. It still has the volume, it still has the power, and that's what I'm looking for in this project. So yeah, let's continue working on this build-up. First I'm gonna give this a little bit of reverb. Oh, reverb, let's see, Space Designer, maybe Platinum Verb. It's also doing well. Just a small reverb in there to see where things go. Maybe I could also use the tape delay. I like that one as well. This actually already sounds pretty sick in my opinion. So let's start. Put this back on read, because if you keep it on latch, it's gonna be one big mess, because it records all the thing. As you can see here, I'm already pretty fucked. I forgot to turn it down, but if you put it on latch, it records all the buttons, that you touch during the process when it's on latch. So as you can see, I'm already pretty fucked because it already recorded all those things. But let's just work this out and see where things go. This is the wet. This is gonna be on 19% probably. Okay, dry is gonna be on 100 actually. Yep. The low cut isn't gonna change. It's gonna stay at 390. The high cut is gonna stay at this one as well. And the wet, yeah, this is something that I'm gonna do manually. So I'm gonna put it down here, here. can already hear the echo going out of it. Let's see. And now I'm going to also add the echo in the build-up, create even more. Let's see. We changed all those key commands. I really don't like it. I'm going to put it back. So now that I have made this build up from only the synth, so there's, as you can see, there's nothing else playing than just one synth, no layers, nothing, just one synth, a reverb and a delay, which is being automated. As you can see here, there's a lot of things. The tape delay is going to be open during the build up, and the reverb is going open during the build up. So that's the only thing. I get a lot of questions from people think they need to layer so many things to create like a cool thick sound, but to me, I always like to work with just one, maybe two layers, and just that's it, you know. Like, I don't need 40 layers to create one sound. I'm just gonna look for that one sound who's gonna do the job, and I'm only gonna add like a small simple delay and a small simple reverb. And it's not that I'm working with plugins that you guys don't have, because it's just a reverb from Logic and just a reverb from just a delay from Logic, and it's the plugin Spire, which you can also get if you would like. It's nothing special, just simple, and as you can hear, it's already sounding well. Yes, so I'm gonna add another, like build up, like a sweep up, you know. Let's see if I can look it up from here. Affixes, and then go to sweeps up. Wow, too loud. Let's put this up here. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little longer one, so I'm gonna just look it up. Sweep. Size big, because then you have the longest, of course. Let's take this one here. Look, this is what I'm looking for right now. Put it somewhere like this. That's what I also like, what you just heard, like when you really build it towards a higher point and then just cut it off so that the echo continues, and then kicking the kick drum, because it has a lot of energy. I can try it, maybe it works for this one as well. Yeah, I'm gonna, oh shit, nope, take it down, I'm gonna put this here. Gonna copy, I'm gonna take this here, I'm gonna copy this as well. When I already have like the basics, it's just gonna be a matter of copy and paste things, because you just wanna add like the arrangement, you know? Like, let's say it's this. So, as you can already see, I already started the Instagram live stream. So if you're there, just tune in there as well. Today I'm going to work on a new track. From scratch, I'm doing a live stream on Facebook as well. If you want to have a look back at the complete session, you can go to the Facebook page afterwards. But today I'm just working on a new project and just see where things head, you know, so you can see how I work, with what I work. And if you have any questions, just drop them down here somewhere on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So as you can see, I just have built already have built something. It's just really easy actually, just a few tracks, a few MIDI tracks, a few audio tracks, and I'm working on the first build-up right now. So yeah, this is already okay. I'm gonna need some kind of drop down on the drop, so sweep down. Let's see if I got some. No, this is not really what I'm looking for right now. This is actually, as you can see, it's called Joey Suki. It's one of my favorite noises that I created once, like a few years back. And I actually still like it when I put it on tracks. It's still, let's see, no, I have to put this here. It's built on 128 BPM, so sometimes I have to cut it. As you can see, this has all already been sidechained, and I rendered it back to audio so I can use it really quickly. Just look it up here in the bank and add it, because I just like the way this sounds. I think it could end over there already. And I'm gonna add, let's see, a sidekick as well. So this one, and add it 100%. And I'm gonna add like a small build up here as well, because then the hi-hats come in afterwards. So we have a little change in the melody, so it doesn't get boring after a while, because it's not really a melody, you know, it's just a few triplets going on in there. So you have to keep things interesting by doing a lot of edits like this. As you can see, I'm gonna take my phone as well because I'm live on Instagram as well today. What's up everyone who is just checking in on Instagram, and what's up everyone who is just checking in on Facebook. Welcome to my live stream. On Facebook it's already been going on for the past 51 minutes and I've been started working on a new track. If you want to have a better look, just go over to my Facebook page because then you have like a full screen share thing. You can look it up afterwards on my Facebook as well of course, but I'm working on a new track and see where things head from today. It's been quite a while that I have been working on music, so please forgive me if I'm making a few mistakes because it's been quite a while. So if you want to see a better thing, you can better go off to Facebook and look it up there. But for now, I'm just going to continue. And if you have a question, by the way, along the process, if you feel like asking me anything about a plugin that I use or whatever, just put your question in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer it. So as you can already see, I am working pretty neatly, pretty clean. It's just a simple project. It's just a few lines here. The first one is the kick. Let me just put this one up. I'm gonna loop it. So I'm having the kick here. I have the clap, hi-hat, and here I have a few layers. So, and I have the bass line, which has a different rhythm and a different melody than the lead sound has. And this actually is a layer for the bass line, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it, so that's why it's on mute right now. And if you put it all together and do a little build up, you're going to have this as see if I can find another sweep. This is something I could work with, I think. Like you can see, it's not really high science what I do. I probably use the same samples as you guys do. It's not something special or some trick that you don't know. It's just trying to put things together and see if it all fits together, especially. Let's see if this does the job or not. Could be doing this here as well. Let's see. I'm actually not liking that sound. Let's see if I can sweep. I just want a short sweep. These are already all too long, you know, I just need a short thing. This could be something. Nope, that's not gonna do the job. Maybe I have some here as well. Uplifters, impact sounds. I always like this kind of sound. It's just a reversed hi-hat actually, but it normally sounds really clean. Scissors tool. I always cut it off directly on the grid, so it stops when kick hits in. I think it sounds more tight. And I always then start when can see, I just layered the main lead. This one, actually. I just completely copied it. I think I can use this one as well. I'm gonna find another sound to layer it. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not gonna work. Let's see. Let's put it in here. Oh, no. I'm gonna take another plugin for this. Let's see what I can get. I think I want something on the back of the track that goes up and up and up, like it's being pitched continuously. And I'm gonna look for the sound right now. So let's say I'm gonna loop this one as well. I'm gonna add latch. This one 12. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back. As you can see here, I'm signing in the pitch, and I've got my thing on latch here, which actually means that everything that I touch, like every button that I touch here in Logic, while the program is running, it's going to record it. So when you put it on latch, it's going to record every button that you touch. So as you can see here, I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to touch this button. And as you can see, seamlessly here, underneath, it's going to be recorded whatever I did. But I just want to do this manually because I think that's better right now. So let's take this one to the top there. No, I'm going to take it up there. I'm going to move this one as well until here. Never forget to put it back on read, because if you're going to keep it on latch, it's going to be one big mess. So never forget to put it back on read, actually. A little curve. So I think this is going to be the layer sound. Maybe make a... I'm gonna add this band range here because I want it to go higher up, because as you can hear, after one octave it goes down, back down to 0, and I want it to keep on going up and up and up, so I'm gonna change the band range here to 24. as you can see right now, I'm gonna add like a small EQ on this one. Just to see, because there's a lot of low frequencies in there that I'm not going to use and that I don't want. It's just a small layer to put on the background of the mix to add a little energy, because when something keeps going on, like in tune, going up and up and up on the back, it's going to give you the feeling that it's going to be more and higher, and it's going to keep giving you energy, and that's what I'm looking for here. So yeah, let's go back to the stream for a while, because I see it's already been an hour. Patrick is saying, didn't know you were a Logic user. Yes, actually I am. I started off with Cubase actually, and then I continued working on Logic. But I just recently installed the Logic Pro X plugin software system, and so that's also the reason why things aren't working as good as it should be, because not everything is installed properly already. But for today it's just fine, you know. So I'm gonna add this thing on. Delete this one and put it on another one. Let's see. Maybe this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna play down the breakdown again, and I think it's gonna be this for today. So yeah, that's actually it. Like, as you can see, I've just been working on this for 1 hour. It's not the best track yet. It's not finished yet. I haven't done any mixing. I only have used, let's see what I've used so far. Let's go to the mixer. So you have like insights. There's only a few audio tracks here, like the claps and the hi-hats and a few FXs. I have the main melody, a layer of the main melody, and the bass line, and of course the kick. But no further mixing or whatsoever, just simple EQs, just simple delays, just simple reverbs. Nothing special there actually. And I want to do this because a lot of you guys keep asking me like, how many tracks do you need or how many mixing skills do you need? But it's not that necessary to have so many mixing things going on, you know. Just to start off, you just have to put out your creativity and make sure that the track is there, that your arrangement is there. And when everything is there, you can start focusing on the mixing if you would like to. But as you already can see in my project, it's actually not that kind of tracks, and it already sounds full, and there's just one bass line, one kick, and one synth. And that's actually it, you know. You don't need 20,000 tracks to get like a full mix. So that's why I did this live stream today. I'm gonna call it a day. Just gonna call it a day. But I just want to show you how I work, and like I said, it's been a while, so things were a little bit rusty. But if you think this was handy, let me know. Just put it in the comments, and maybe I will do this more in the future. But for now, I just want to thank you for tuning in and having you here on the live stream. And if you feel like needing more tips and tricks for your production work or just artist career, you can go to artistcoaching.nl, and there's a lot of tips and tricks there for you guys. So Thanks again for watching. If you want to follow me on social media, just go to @JoeySuki on whatever platform you are on, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching again, and see you guys next time. Bye.